Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first game of the play-in and the first postseason game in general. It's the Miami Dolphins in Baltimore to face the Baltimore Ravens here in the play-in tournament. So, the Dolphins are, of course, the 10th seed, so the lowest seed in the AFC. The Ravens are the 7th seed, the highest seed in the play-in. So, the last time we were here, of course, was the last time we were here for any game. It was Steelers versus Ravens, where the Ravens would defeat their division rival Steelers, who won the division anyways. But today they look to, of course, beat the Dolphins here at home and advance to the wild card to face the 2-seed New England Patriots.
Yeah.
Yep. And here we go, it's kickoff time. So the Dolphins will start off with it first.
Of course, led by their quarterback,
Zach Wilson. We'll get to him in a minute, though. So that'll bring to the 26.
and here comes on Go Wilson.
Yep, so of course, Tua Tagovailoa was the starter.
His first postseason game in his career, but then he got injured, and Zach Wilson got a chance to start, and he played so well that Mike McDaniel said that he won the starting. He was playing better than Tua, so Mike McDaniel said that he gave Zachary Wilson the starting role, and now the Dolphins are in the play-in tournament.
Yeah, I mean they barely scratched by. The only reason they're even here is because they have one more win than the Chiefs did in the division. But I mean they made it. It doesn't look like they were making it before Zach Wilson got here. And
So they did beat the Packers and Falcons.
That'll be second one, yeah, because of weather though.
Yeah, true.
Anyway, so second one at the 35. You can just feel the energy here today. The first postseason game in MFL history with the most on the line, because whatever team wins the Super Bowl will be the first ever MFL Super Bowl champions. And the Dolphins and Ravens are two fully historied franchises.
Of course, you have both of these teams have all-time teams. I mean, who would win, the 2000 Ravens or the 74 Dolphins?
Yep.
Probably the 2000 Ravens, but you know.
Yeah. But yeah. So like a lot of story going into this matchup here. Two great franchises in history, and Achan will pick up one there.
Of course, the Dolphins missed the playoffs last year because there was no play-in, so they couldn't even compete in it. They would have been in it.
And the Ravens, of course, will lose to Buffalo in the divisional round, and Buffalo isn't even in the playoffs this year, or the play-in.
Yeah. Actually, they're top 3 pick.
Yeah, they're a 3rd overall pick. And Wilson, back throw.
Yeah. No, Achan
wasn't there for it. It's too early. 3rd and 9. So a stop for Baltimore here would probably get them to punt. And that's the type of start you want if you're John Harbaugh, Lamar Jackson, and the Baltimore Ravens here. Wilson in the pocket. He's got time. Throws it for a first down, and Achan down the field past the 20, past the 10, all the way to the 8. What a pickup for Miami, which was looking like punting position, is now all the way into the red zone.
What a pickup from Achan. Of course, the Ravens heavy favorites go in this game.
Yep, with being the highest seed in the play-in, they are the favorites to win the entire play-in in general.
They're also favorites to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like they're
in such a stacked division that it was hard to win against Pittsburgh, but regardless, they said they're so happy with where they are right now. They said they're confident they can get these games done.
Especially since even though they have to play more games than any team in the playoffs, 2 of those games are home. Both games are home games, so they don't have to play on the road till the wild card round.
Yeah.
If that does happen, so they're fine.
Wilson hands it off, and not going to pick up anything there. They stay at the 8, 3rd and goal. Ravens, of course, went 12-6, while the Dolphins went 9-9 this season. Ravens went 1-1 with the Steelers and the Bengals and swept the Browns. And Wilson's taken down for a sack, and it's 4th and goal at the 9. So good work from the Ravens defense here in the red zone, forcing Miami to an early field goal here in the first quarter.
Good job from one of the best linebackers of all time, Roquan Smith. In my opinion, he's the top 3 greatest linebacker in history. I think the top 3 goes to 1, Ray Lewis, former Raven, 2, Bobby Wagner, and 3, Roquan.
So the kick is good, and it's a 3-0 lead for Miami here in the first round of the play-in tournament. And we will be back after the break. Here, and Miami kicks away to the home team, the Baltimore Ravens. And here comes out Lamar Jackson, the 2-time MVP, and his Baltimore Ravens offense. Lamar, of course, is an MVP finalist this year. We will find out on the awards ceremony on... Let me just check the date real quick.
We will announce the finalists tonight at halftime. On tonight's game, which is...
Hang on, before we get there. The award shows on August 6th, so yeah, Lamar is a finalist. We will announce the finalists tonight at each halftime game of every play-in game. There's 2 today and then 2 tomorrow.
Actually, how about this? We announce them at the finals.
No, we're gonna announce them on both because they're gonna be posted on the community tab as well on our YouTube page. But regardless of that, yeah, they'll be announced at halftime. Every halftime of the play-in tournament. So, anyways, first down at the 39.
Of course, 4 teams in each conference trying to win the tournament.
Lamar backs up and gets that 2nd and 6 to Derrick Henry.
Of course, I'll say it now. The 4 teams, the 8 teams in the tournament are in the AFC: the Dolphins, obviously, Ravens, obviously, the Cincinnati Bengals, the 9 seed, shock.
Where?
AFC.
The Raiders.
And then the 9-seeded Raiders. And then in
Lamar.
the 35.
Pick up of Lamar.
And then in the NFC, the 7-seeded Saints, 8-seeded San Francisco 49ers,
9-seeded Giants,
and 10-seeded Minnesota Vikings.
Yep. So 3rd and 5 in punting position here. We did see the Dolphins get a giant gain on 3rd down earlier. Let's see if the Ravens can do it. And they do. And he's gone! Bateman! Touchdown!
One of the most underrated receivers in the league. My opinion, receiver 2, but...
So it looked like at first that he was only going to pick up a 1st down, broke a tackle, and was able to, look at that, he was close to being down, was able to bring it into the end zone to give the Ravens the lead. The first touchdown of the postseason. Rashad Bateman, Lamar to Bateman. There we go. So they'll bring out their rookie kicker to kick in the extra point. And what a momentum boost for the Ravens. And that'll make it 7-3. And the Ravens kick away as the Dolphins will get it back, trailing by 4 here.
And for Super Bowl MVP, what are we doing for Super Bowl MVP?
That'll be decided by the game itself. So,
all right, sure.
Yeah. So, Chan already having a great game. 53 yards, 1 reception. Of course, it was from that giant conversion they had a little bit earlier. Going over it with the offense is a big deal. Zach Wilson's first ever postseason game. While you're going up against a seasoned Lamar Jackson, who actually does have a losing record in the postseason, however, looks to get the job done this year, as the Ravens have been an incredible team this season. And 1st down. Of course, this team A lot of people thought it would feel a little bit empty without Tyreek Hill being on it, but Jalen Waddle's had a great season. Achane had a great season. Zach Wilson's had a great season. This offense is still very much alive even without Tyreek. So,
Johnny Smith.
yeah.
He had a great game last week against the Jacksonville Jaguars, which is very impressive for a team like the Jags.
Wilson backs up. And caught. And down at the 45, 2nd and 1. This will be the 3rd game of Mike McDaniel's coaching career, where he coaches again, of course, in the postseason. Harbaugh has been a veteran in the postseason, of course. He's a Super Bowl champion. Went back in 2012. And
he hasn't won it since.
Down at the 48, yep.
Because he is a shit coach, but...
He's been in a couple conference games since then as well, notably against Kansas City a couple of years ago. In Lamar's 2nd MVP season, which they would lose that game here in Baltimore.
Of course, the Ravens, were 2nd in the AFC North this year.
Yep.
While the Dolphins were 3rd in the AFC South.
Yep. And that'll make this 2nd and 9. They're the only AFC South team that's a play-in team, of course.
Yeah,
the Jaguars are a 3 seed. The Tennessee Titans are the 6 seed. They will square at it.
Yeah, they'll square out for the South. They went
1-1 this year, so that can go really either way.
Yeah, and then of course, then you have though historically Jackson, as of the past few years, Jacksonville has had Tennessee's number a little bit. Though in the playoffs, Tennessee usually has Jacksonville's number.
Yep.
But and then the Ravens, and then the fucking Steelers and Bengals also the Bengals in the play-in and the AFC North, and they will be.
Wilson. Sack. Nope, but turn that into a 4th and 3, so they're not going to be able to convert and are kind of out of field goal range here. So let's see what they do. Will they take the risk and just go for the kick to bring us within 1, or are they going to punt? They're going to go for it. Okay.
I mean, I'm not surprised. Mike McDaniel's a very risky coach.
Yeah, I mean, this is the biggest game of
the season of Zach Wilson's life, really.
Yeah. And he's going to back up. He throws deep. And they got it! Touchdown!
Waddle!
Wow! It was a risky call, but it's one that paid off.
And Waddle doing his first Waddle in the playoffs for a little while. It's been a little bit since we've seen one of those in the playoffs. Well, in the play-in.
In the postseason,
yeah.
So the Dolphins, will take their lead back. It was already risky going for it on 4th and 3. It was even riskier going deep, but they got both. So, shout out to Mike McDaniel and, of course, Zach Wilson for making that work and taking the lead back against the Ravens. This is not a team you want to take too many risks against.
I mean, if you get them, what can you say?
Yeah, but, I mean, they ended up paying off. So, it's through, and it's 10-7 here in the first quarter. The Dolphins will kick it away as they are now up by 3, like they were a little bit earlier. But the Ravens looked great on their previous drive. Let's see how they do here.
Again, this is a playoff game. No redos. No make a mistake and you could be screwed because this isn't baseball. This isn't hockey. This isn't basketball.
It's one chance. You don't get to play game 7s. You play game 1s and game 1s only.
And the wise words of Jameis Winston and Eminem. This is your one chance, one opportunity. This is the last time, yo. In the wise words of Jameis Winston.
Yep. So 1st and 10 at the 24. Lamar's had several postseason games in his career. None of them have come up to fruition, considering the name he's made for himself yet. Looks to make it this year the year. Lamar in the pocket. Gives it to likely. Oh my God, ran him down.
This is to boost his playoff record, of course. If he wins this, he comes 4-5 in the playoffs. Sorry, in the postseason. Because this isn't a playoff game. Playing. There's a difference. And of course, if Lamar's postseason record will be boosted to 4-5, but his playoff record will stay the same. Because
Third and
this
2.
isn't a playoff game.
Well, I mean, we're only going off MFL records anyways. Like, no matter who wins the Super Bowl this year, like, the Steelers win the Super Bowl, that's their first MFL Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So that's a
7th
pretty
Super
good
Bowl.
news, yeah. So, this should be the final play of the first quarter, if they even decide to go with the play here.
Foreshadowing, Steelers Super Bowl.
And it won't. Okay, so
The Steelers going to win the Super Bowl now.
10-7.
You spoiled it.
The Dolphins lead the Ravens going into the second. Ravens ball. And we're back here from the break. It is the Ravens ball versus the Miami Dolphins here in the first round of the play-in tournament. 7 seed versus 10 seed. Lamar's going to run it in himself, and
that
no.
play never works.
Yeah, I mean,
the draw play never works.
Their biggest flaw, I mean, with even running that play, first of all, you don't do that kind of play on third down. The second of all, running it up the middle, I mean, you're literally just letting the D-line attack you here.
Yeah, I know. Doing a read option's fine, but doing a draw play.
Yeah, so this will be the first punt of the postseason, and there it is. And he'll return that to past the 30.
36.
And that'll bring on
Zachary Wilson,
who's already at 126 yards, only one incompletion and a touchdown. And we'll see the Dolphins offense on after the break. So it's 1st and 10 at the 36. Dolphins already have a lead. They can extend their lead even further here.
So, Roquan Smith.
What a tackle.
What a linebacker. I believe he has a Super Bowl under his belt.
I actually...
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't. No, I don't think he was there for that first one. Or the second one, sorry.
Well, no, he didn't. Yeah, because he got drafted to the Bears.
Yeah, exactly. So Wilson
And he went to the Ravens in
up.
2018. So.
Wilson, he's got time. Intercepted!
Picked off! Not something you want to be a mistake you want to be
And
making.
it is a pick six indeed. The Ravens take the
You
lead.
cannot make this mistake on the big stage.
Yep. Turnovers are one thing you want to...
By a fucking edge rusher. How do you get picked up by an edge rusher? Like, if you get picked up by, like, Starks, that would be less embarrassing. But you got picked up by a fucking edge rusher.
Yeah, so Kyle Van Noy with the pick. And, again, turnovers are one thing you want to avoid in general, but especially in the postseason. And the Ravens, when it looked like their momentum might have been gone after they had to punt on 4th down, is right back in their corner.
I mean,
and they have the lead.
And it's weird, because it hasn't even been something, fucking what's his face? Zach Wilson has been struggling with this year.
And they're going to kick it in for the extra point, and it's 14-10. Ravens take the lead back. And the Ravens will kick it away. And it's returned past the 30 to the 35.
And here comes Zachary Mr. Wilson. After throwing the interception for a pick 6. Let's see what Wilson will do in this play.
So, big deal here. You want to avoid turnovers, and
I mean, they are.
one thing Zach Wilson has to be careful of is ball security right now.
I mean, he's been good all year, so I do trust him.
Fake. And underthrown, but still caught.
Jonnu Smith, the trusty tight end. The trusty tight end. I'm always trusting Jonnu Smith. He's one of the best tight ends in the league.
So
he's leading tight ends in receiving tight end. He leads tight ends in receiving yards this year.
So the last time either of these teams appeared in a Super Bowl for the Ravens, it was, of course, the 2012 Super Bowl when they beat the 49ers. The Dolphins, 1985, where they would actually lose because that was around the time they had Dan Marino. Of course, they would lose to the Niners. The Ravens beat the Niners last time. So both teams' last Super Bowl appearances against the 49ers.
Except the one did not.
Yeah.
No, the Niners had owned the Dolphins. They'll beat them this year.
Play action. And take it. No! Gonna stay up. He's still on his feet! Oh my god! 3rd and 2.
Great job from the fullback. One of the most underrated positions in the league, and out of any position. Very underappreciated. I mean, fullback. I feel like fullback is an underrated position. In this league, like running backs, like LT, LaDainian Thomas's historic year happened because of his fullback.
Yep. And that'll be a first down. Achane has been a big part of this offense so far in this game. I mean, in general, he's had one of the best running back seasons in the league. But in this game specifically,
he is a Pro Bowler, so.
Yep. So 1st and 10 at the 29.
He's a third.
Hands it off, and down he goes for a pickup of 1.
He is a third-team All-Pro.
Another Pro Bowler this year. In this game as well, Derrick Henry. I believe he's 1st-team All-Pro.
Second team.
Who's the 1st team?
Bigsby.
Oh, okay, he moved up. And play action. Wilson. Caught. And that'll be a first down at the 14-yard line in the red zone now.
8 first downs for the Dolphins today. The Ravens only have 2. Of course, the Dolphins are leading the Ravens in time of possession.
Hands it off. Oh, no play action. And down at the 9. So
2nd and 5.
Deep into the red zone now. McDaniels just going over it with the defense for when they have to go back on. 2nd and 5.
Which is close by.
And blitzing them. And that's going to bring it to 3rd and 4. Only a pickup of 1.
So what will happen here? On 3rd down. Crucial 3rd down here in this play-in tournament.
Yep, a field goal would bring it within 1. A touchdown would give them their lead back, which they have been trading leads a lot so far, so...
You have 3-point lead, 4 3-point leads.
Wilson, out of bounds, and that brings it to 4th down.
So they were risky on a thing pretty much just as far. It was on a 4th and 3, so maybe a 4th and 4 that's the same way.
And in that way, it would really just be okay. They're just gonna go for the field goal and go from 1.
Yeah, I don't hate the call. It's the playoffs. I get being a little risky. I don't say too risky, and I like this call because Ravens defense is better in the red zone than it is in the middle of the field. So,
yeah. So that will bring this to 14-13. The Ravens hold on to their lead, and they'll get the ball back after the break. And we're back here. Ravens are gonna bring it up to the 28. Struggling a little bit to get down there. And here comes back on Lamar Jackson and the Ravens offense. Of course, they got an offensive score. They also got a pick 6 earlier from Kyle Van Noy, their linebacker.
No, edge rusher.
He's a linebacker too.
I don't know that. Receiver likely in motion.
Lamar caught by Likely, and he's just short of the first down. So the Ravens do start off with the ball after half. We're pretty close to halftime, so you got to wonder if they could run out some clock here, score, not give Miami enough time to score before half, and they could possibly take a 2-score lead after half. So, and they already have their 1-point lead right now. Lamar, and that'll be just short of the 50, down at the 49. So bringing it into Miami territory here.
Yeah, of course. If you get a touchdown, you take a 1-score lead. You just add on to a 1-score lead, unless you go for 2.
Yeah, and then
Miami can just go for 2 on the next play. Let's drive.
Lamar's gonna run the QB draw here, and he's got it for a pickup of 5.
No, it's a read.
Huh?
A read. Went sideways, it was a read.
Same fucking shit.
I know.
Actually, in this game they call all fucking QB draws reads basically, so whatever. Or all reads QB draws, so
Oh.
basically. So 2nd and 5 at the 47.
I actually think this will make a good job.
That's basically.
Nope.
And first down there.
So, down at the 37-yard line
And we got an injury here. Seems like it's one of their tight ends. We're back here in Baltimore for, of course, the first round of the play-in tournament. Lamar backs up and gets that to Likely again, who's been a huge target in this game.
Yeah, his 5th
Gets it
catch
for
of the day
a
for
pickup
19
of
yards.
4. Dolphins did struggle a little bit against tight ends this season, so it makes sense.
But they also force Jonnu Smith does force teams to struggle against him too, so.
And looks like they're going to run this out to the 2-minute warning.
This looks like
yep.
Yeah, the Dolphins were going to blitz there, so.
And that'll bring us back after the break for the 2. So 2nd and 6 at the 33. Henry in motion. And gets that to Likely again, just short of the first down. So now left at the 28 here. Went out of bounds, which will stop the clock, of course, after the 2-minute warning. Lamar. And yeah, there he is, sacked. So that'll force a field goal here on 4th and 9, and that'll extend their lead out to 4 points.
It seems like they always have a 4-point lead right now.
Yeah.
They're always having at least a 4-point lead.
Lamar, typically one of the harder QBs in the league to sack because of his dual threat abilities, plus the talented offensive line from the Ravens.
So this will be the first field goal of the rookie's career in the playoffs.
And it's up.
And he makes his first field goal of postseason field goal.
Yeah, it was a lengthy one, but he's able to get that one just in. And the Ravens extend the lead to 4. And the Ravens kick it away after taking the 3 before the break. And now let's see what the Dolphins can do with just over a minute left of play in the first half here.
Of course, last week the Dolphins had a troll game with the Jaguars.
Yep.
Just trying to get the Jaguars to clinch the division because fuck Tennessee. So basically, that's actually what Mike McDaniel said after the game in the press conference. He said, fuck Tennessee.
So here we go. 1st and 10 at the 30. Wilson. Throwing deep. Caught!
This time Waddle tackled, but
all the way to the 14.
Jalen Waddle!
Under pressure, too.
Waddles.
Look at this. Zach Wilson was under pressure here. I mean, there was a D lineman who could have broken that block there. But Jalen Waddle right there to make the catch. It was a little bit overthrown, but he was still able to reach it in. I know, under pressure.
What a throw and what a catch.
And that'll leave 59 seconds left on the clock at the 14, 1st and 10.
What a team.
Caught short of the first. And
timeout Miami.
Yeah, Miami will use their first timeout. And that'll send us to a brief break. Back here from the break.
And Miami in a position to score.
Touchdown
Dolphins! Waddle gets it anyway.
Jalen Waddle with his first touchdown of the postseason.
No, second.
Oh, second. Oh, wait, did he score earlier? Okay.
Yeah, remember that deep look?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay.
He's getting a lot of waddles today.
So Waddle brings it in for his second, and they'll take their lead back The PAT will give him a 3-point lead against Baltimore here, and what a play to make this close to the half.
Can the Dolphins lead Baltimore going into halftime?
There it is, 20-17. 51 seconds left for Baltimore to make a move. And they'll kick it away. Gets it here and gonna bring it all the way to the 31. And let's see what the Ravens can do with 47 seconds left on the clock. Lamar is good with short periods of time. But I'd say this is pretty crucial for them, considering scoring here and then scoring after half would, of course, be a huge momentum boost for the Ravens. Also, don't want to risk losing to the lowest seed in the postseason, the AFC, side of the AFC, this early. So,
Receive in motion. And stuff.
And that'll make this 2nd and 13. And the Ravens use a timeout. And we're back here from the break. It is 2nd and 13 at the 28. 42 seconds left. Ravens coming off of their first timeout. Bateman in motion.
Hand out. Oh, play action.
Almost picked.
Intercepted.
But,
and then D-Hop could have caught it after deflection, but he's DeAndre Hopkins and can't catch a ball.
So the good news for the Ravens is that it stops the clock. The good news for the Dolphins is one more stop leads to 4th down. So, and there's still a reasonable amount of time left on the clock, so they wouldn't go for it because the Dolphins could score again. So let's see. 3rd and 13 at the 28.
Especially the Dolphins are guaranteed shouldn't lose.
Henry, nope, can't get it. 4th down.
Yeah, it seems like they tried to just get a field goal there.
And the Finns used their 2nd timeout. The Ravens will punt with 34 seconds to go for half. And he's going to return it to the 19. So not in the greatest field position, but we've seen Zach Wilson throw 2 deep balls today, so wouldn't doubt if he can throw another. And it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 19. Wilson. And ball comes out. It's 2nd and 10.
So Miami, 23 seconds left to go in this first half of the first playing game in NFL history.
So 2nd and 10, 23 seconds to go. 1 timeout left for Miami.
And receiver in motion.
Wilson. Throwing deep again! Oh! What a play!
Jalen Waddle for the 3rd time today finds the end zone.
Deflected catch! What a play! The 3rd deep ball is successful! What a play!
The Dolphins get
Oh my God!
the end zone.
What a play! One of the not just one of the best plays of the postseason just started, but one of the best plays in the year in general.
Wow!
Jalen Waddle, one of the most underrated receivers in the league. What a play! Even John Harbaugh is shocked at that one. My God. And Miami could take a 10-point lead going into the half. And it's 27-17 here in Baltimore. And they'll kick it away.
The Dolphins are just getting lucky with these deep balls at this point.
Yeah, if you're talking to me, I gotta say that right now. If you ask me, it's the secondary. Yeah, like you shouldn't be allowing not only 3 deep balls, but 3 deep balls in the first half.
Okay, the Thursday I'll give them a little bit more credit. That was a good block. It was the luckiest deep ball I think I've ever seen.
Still the first
the other 2,
like, man.
The other 2.
Yeah, if I'm blaming anybody right now, like if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm telling the secondary, get your head in the game. And Derrick Henry is going to bring it up to the 34, and the Ravens will use their 2nd timeout. So 9 seconds to go. Ravens definitely need to get something here, in my opinion, because down by 10 and at the going to the half is ridiculous. And Bateman, nice juke. Yeah, they'll use their final timeout.
They did come back against the Bills.
Yeah.
In Buffalo, down 11
seconds. Really just one play left, 2 at best.
I mean, even though it would be on the secondary, I mean, Lamar's, of course, going to take
Lamar
the blame.
deep ball.
You're going to do that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, even though Lamar will get blamed, even if it's the secondary's fault.
Well, that will send us to the half, 27-17. The Ravens get the ball back after the half, and we take a break. And the Dolphins will kick it away to Baltimore, who are trailing by 10 right now. Of course, game isn't out of question, but not something that people expected from the highest seed in the play-in.
People expected, this was expected to be a belt by Baltimore.
I mean,
not the Dolphins.
You got to keep it in consideration. Baltimore is the one team to play in that really feels like division winners. The only reason they aren't division winners is because of one more loss they had than Pittsburgh. So.
And also, we changed our minds. The division winners are automatically top 4 seeds.
Yeah.
So the four division winners are the Broncos, Jaguars,
Steelers,
and
the Patriots.
Yes, sorry, the East. Who gives a shit about the East?
And Derrick Henry is stuffed. Pick up a 2.
The most dominant team in the AFC East is totally the.
And to me, I think right here you have to. If I'm the Ravens, I have to score here no matter what. Because if this game gets out of hand, then I mean it's pretty much over.
Yeah, no.
I'm not one who likes to call it over this early, but you are a team with all the expectations in the world on you right now. You have to perform. And a nice one-handed catch from Ezekiel there.
Yeah, I know, but like what I mean is like if you don't score here and the Dolphins score another touchdown, it's not like usually when you're down 10 going into halftime and you start with the ball in the second half, it's a must-score situation. Must score.
3rd and 3, so they haven't been great on 3rd down today. And oh no, the QB draw, and they're not gonna get it. 4th and 1. I'm going for it here. I can't imagine John Harbaugh wants to go for it. And running the QB draw, we said this earlier, on 3rd down is a disastrous decision. Especially up the middle. You're just giving the D-line free tackles or sacks or whatever it may be. And this will be another punt from Baltimore. And this is the first time we'll see the Baltimore secondary play in the second half. Hopefully for them.
They got better.
Yeah, because they're going to need it.
And Jalen Waddle might continue running over this fucking defense.
And let's take a look at Zach Wilson's highlights. 3 deep balls just in the first half.
All the Jalen Waddle.
Yeah. So 1st and 10 at the 20. If the Finns score here, they take a 3-score lead. This would be huge.
Yeah, and in the 3rd quarter, you don't know how many possessions.
Taken down.
If you're the Ravens, like you don't know how many. You might not have 3 more possessions in the 3rd quarter. Like, you might not have 3 more possessions left.
Yeah. So.
And even if you do, the Dolphins probably gonna have more and more.
I mean, if there's anybody who has pressure on them right now on Baltimore's side, it's the secondary, it's Harbaugh, and it's Lamar Jackson right now for me. And you can see, so they're going to bring the receiver in motion there.
Going deep again!
And he's caught it! Oh, he might have been out of bounds. I don't know. He's got it for the touchdown. He looked out of bounds to me, though.
Yeah, we need to replay on that.
Yeah, I want to replay.
It wasn't one-hander, though.
It looked like he stepped out.
Yeah, Westbrook, of course, legendary Tennessee Titan.
Let's take another look. I want to see those feet. Oh,
no, he can't stay in!
Oh, he stayed in. Wow. So the score is now up to... Sorry, now the scoreboard is up to a 3-score lead. 33-17. About to be 34 on the PAT. Incredible work.
16 points lead here in Baltimore. Miami came to Baltimore, stormed the field, and is about to go... and could potentially go to either Las Vegas or Cincinnati.
34-17. Big deficit here for the Ravens.
One thing I've noticed as of lately about this Ravens defense is the more I watch Ravens playoff games, the more I think of maybe it's not Lamar's fault. Maybe it's the defense, because the defense is good. It's good all year, but then it just doesn't perform.
So down by 17 here in the second half. I mean, you gotta imagine this is where the Ravens
Panic
gotta,
mode. This
Yeah,
is panic
I mean,
mode.
another thing I've been a fan of. We talk about the secondary all day. It's the play calling. These constant QB draws on third down. Like that's the
I know
last play you want to do on
that's
third
part of
down.
the reason. Like the defense, I get you have to force stops, but you eventually the offense also has to score, right?
Henry is
If
yeah.
if the defense can force a ton of stops all game long, maybe the Dolphins only score like 2 touchdowns. But if the Ravens maybe the Dolphins only score 3 touchdowns. But what happens when the Ravens only score 17 points? What are you going to do then? Which is not the case. The secondary's been fried. It's 34 to 17 right now. First down for Baltimore. Rashad Bateman. Rashad Bateman's a special case in here in this Ravens team where I think if you're gonna blame anybody, it's not Rashad Bateman because Rashad Bateman's had a great day today. And he's had that deep pass for a tutty. And by the way, I want you to notice something. The Miami has allowed a deep ball. They have allowed one. But you know what happened after that deep ball happened?
Locked up, yeah.
Even though the Ravens secondary is more talented than Miami's secondary, honestly, defense as a whole is just more talented. They locked up. The Ravens have not done that.
So 2nd and 11.
And I don't even blame it on the Ravens front line. It's played great. I mean, like, you literally almost sacked Zach Wilson. Then he went deep, and the secondary was fried. Entirely.
Lamar.
He had a great QB pressure. Should have been a throwaway.
And overthrown.
Yeah.
3rd and 11, another third down situation, which the Ravens have not been successful on tonight.
The Dolphins are getting coming close to 40 points right now, which is scary. It's getting scarily close to 40. So Lamar.
Oh, walk throw, batted away.
Oh, Jalen Waddle would have got that.
Great job from the D-line.
Maybe we should put Jalen Waddle on the fucking secondary. He would have caught that. He doesn't drop. We all know that, buddy. We all know that Jalen Waddle doesn't drop those types of passes. In this game especially, Jalen Waddle, what a game he's had.
Another punt. I mean, not only has this been unexpected, this has just been
I'll give that
brutal.
one. I'll give that one to them. I'll give that one to Harbaugh. That wasn't his fault. I'll blame that one on Lamar. But
no, it wasn't even on Lamar. It was all the offensive line.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
So 10 at the 17.
And Miami.
And nope, don't even think about it. At this point, I think they're going to try to run clock. I mean, another score would be like a 24-point lead. Like, yikes.
And they got 2 Pro Bowlers on this team. And by the way, I know we said we were going to announce the offensive line and then the defense for the Pro Bowl. We'll just post that.
Yeah, we're going to post it. And anyways, 3rd and 12, so unless they want to go for their, 5th deep ball, I mean, it looks like the Ravens could get it back here. I mean, they're going to have to hurry up here because they're trailing by 17 late into this game.
Play action.
Looking to go. Oh, never mind. They're just going to go with the check down there. And
With an 8. Holy shit. What a game Zach Wilson's had. By the way, the Ravens offense has only gotten 1 touchdown all game.
So they will punt here. I mean, Ravens have not scored a touchdown since the pick 6. So things are getting crucial. And that was, I believe, in the first quarter. So.
Yeah.
And gets a pass. Oh no, just short of the 40.
So now you can tell the defense is locked up.
Yeah.
But now you have to see the offense lock in.
So it's 1st and 10 at the 40. They did get good field position considering how deep the punter had to go. So I don't know. I feel like this is must score here. I mean, every drive has been must score. Deep, caught at the 31.
to D-Hop.
So already in scoring position here. And could we be seeing a late game comeback from Baltimore here? They're down by 17. They already locked up the offense on the previous drive. All we have to see is them score at least 2 touchdowns and a field goal. And not, and not let the
Dolphins win in overtime.
score. No, don't let the Dolphins score at all.
And then win in overtime.
In regulation as well.
Yeah.
Well, not in overtime either. But that's the field goal. Anyways. And that'll be 2nd and 2 at the 23.
So now the Ravens are locking in. Is it too late, though? Maybe.
I mean, we saw the 28-3 comeback in the third
but
quarter.
But that was but those were 15-minute quarters. These are 10-minute quarters.
True, but I don't know. Anything's possible.
Yep.
As long as they keep that defense locked down like they did earlier, I think they should be able to make it happen.
I mean, anything's possible for possible. Quoting Mission Impossible.
And Lamar runs it in for a first down.
Ken Possible.
Down at the 11.
Sam Duck with the tackle. What a name, Sam Duck.
So you can just hear the deflation in this crowd a little bit. I mean, now it's starting to lighten up now that they're starting to muster up a comeback. But, I mean, off that electric win versus Pittsburgh last week to almost a nearly deflated crowd this week, I mean. Lamar. And, oh, no.
Yeah, this is the 3rd time today it's almost intercepted.
They gotta muster up a better play here.
I don't know what they can do. Maybe you want to do like Omaha, some Omaha, Peyton Manning. Get some Manning in there. I don't know if Lamar would work on Manning's playbook.
Likely motion, and Hill will not get anything.
Yeah, maybe I would have ran it with Henry there.
I mean,
I like Justice Hill, but he's not that big.
I mean, obviously you'd prefer to score a touchdown here, but I'm not completely turned off to the idea of a field goal, considering you're gonna have to get that 3 at some point. But
yeah, true. But
I think a touchdown helps the momentum a little bit.
I would rather score 21 than 17, though.
Well, not only that, but like I feel like a touchdown helps that momentum a lot more. Blitz coming, and it looks like it's gonna be a field goal. Yeah.
Unless they go for it.
I can't get here. I mean, like, I get it. A field goal helps the momentum a bit more, but if you don't get this thing is just about done. So, let's see. And it will kick.
Yeah, I don't hate the call.
I like the call, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather this than not get it.
Not getting anything, yeah.
And now it's down to 14. So, Ravens still trailing, but 2 touchdowns gets them back in this thing. And they'll kick it away. And the Dolphins will get it back. Up by 14 here. They punted on the previous drive. If the Ravens can force 2 more of those, they should be good. But they also have to score off them. What a game from Zach Wilson. 412 yards, 4 touchdowns, 18 for 22. Of course, did throw a pick in this game, but that means almost nothing now unless they somehow lose. But
and also that pick was just really, like, it doesn't really cost them the game because the momentum's been fine since then. So
1st and 10 at the 25. Less than 2 minutes to go here in the 3rd.
Maybe want to go deep just to troll the Ravens. Maybe. Want to go deep one more time.
So 2nd and 4.
And I did hear from Mike McDaniel if Zach Wilson, if the Dolphins score a touchdown on this drive, Tua Tagovailoa will come on, and the starters will be benched, except for Jalen Waddle and Devontae Chan. Actually, it'll only be Zach Wilson.
And down the field again, overthrown this time.
Yeah, 3rd and 4.
So could have been the 5th deep ball they throw. Well, not as deep as other ones, but more medium to deepish range. That would have been probably ran in if caught, but thankfully for Baltimore, that was overthrown.
Zach Wilson having one of the best games of his career right now.
And I love this formation from the Ravens right now.
Yeah.
And backs up. And, I'm going to run in for the first
time. Maybe I would have
probably should have blitzed there.
Yeah, even though the formation was good, I would have saved that a little bit. It was a good formation, should have been saved for like a first down.
Yeah, it was a beautiful formation for like a 1st or 2nd down. Right here, though, You're giving Achan too much space to run that in, considering it was also 3rd and short. And
Yeah, but I always want to blitz on a 3rd down, no matter what it is.
Yeah, no, but 3rd and short especially. I mean,
I know.
yeah, it's just giving the running back a
On
free.
any and short, honestly, like even on a 1st and short, unless it's like the deep of the red zone, I hate blitzing that in that time because man coverage like always works.
Oh,
but
wait, pressure.
Zach Wilson pocket awareness. Wow.
Slides at the 45.
What a pocket! How about that pocket awareness?
And that should be the final play of the 3rd quarter here as we wrap up the 3rd, and it's 34-20 going into the 4th. Dolphins ball and Dolphins lead. Back here in Baltimore, it's the Dolphins ball as they have a 14-point lead over the home team, the Baltimore Ravens, with 1 more quarter to go. And Wilson going to run it in again. Oh, almost hit hard slides though. So now in Ravens territory, this crowd is booing, just showering boos on Zach Wilson here. Harbaugh is out of things to question. I mean, we know he's been on the hot seat for the past couple of years. I
Yeah,
can't
he might
imagine
get
this game would
fired.
help out, but
Yeah, he might get fired. I don't see if the Ravens even have a choice. Like,
oh, and 2nd and 1.
Zach Wilson's close to 500 yards in a playoff game. This is insane. Like for the Ravens defense, how are you letting somebody like Zach Wilson get? I respect Zach Wilson a lot, but like, how are you letting somebody like Zach Wilson get almost 500 yards in a playoff game, man? And a winner go home game.
Wilson backs up.
First
No,
down.
another thing we have to credit here is the Dolphins' offensive line. I mean,
Yeah, no, it's had a great game. I mean, besides that one time where which Zach Wilson made it work anyway. I mean, Zach Wilson's great under pressure in this game, but like but I think we have to credit Zach Wilson too, because even when the offensive line does let up.
oh, look at this blitzing formation.
Yeah, I mean, eventually you kind of have to blitz. Like, you kind of used your first down play a little bit too early. Now it's predictable.
And yep, because of that, they'll lose a yard.
I don't know if I would run it there. Actually, yeah, I would.
So,
But I don't know if I didn't like the formation. I would have ran it down the middle on a first down. On the type of first down.
2nd and 11.
Now, can Jalen Waddle get another thing? No, that was right.
And
Hey, Chan with a
right in for the first.
What a
Slices
game.
through it.
What a game from this skills team for Miami. Chan's having a great game. Westbrook's having a great game. Waddle's having a great game. Feels like everybody on the skill. Washington's having a solid game. Jonu's having a good game. Feels like everybody's having a good game on the skills team. Zach, and then I know Zach's not on the skills team, but like he's having a good game.
Could just say the offense. God damn. I mean, literally everybody, even the offensive line.
Yeah, true. I mean, the offensive line has let up a few times, but can't have a perfect game, right? A good game, not a perfect game.
So, I mean, they're running loads of time off this clock, too. Whether they score or not here, it's going to be hard for the Ravens to even come back from how much time has been drawn off this clock here. And it's 3rd and 2.
Yeah, I think this.
And you're not even in a situation where you can just let them get it just so you can get the ball back. I mean, they literally cannot score anything else.
Yeah, after this drive, Zach's off the field too, so that's embarrassing. I feel like the most embarrassing thing is when you get beat so bad that the starters aren't even on.
And 1st down. You really have to question, I mean, a lot of things after this game for Baltimore. I mean, where does John Harbaugh lie? Where does this defensive coaching staff lie? I mean, this has just been a complete domination. Yeah, at home, too, in your home field. I mean, the fans aren't into it. There's people already in the lot. And Achan gets it, 2nd and goal.
On the 6. Where does Lamar lie? Like,
I don't blame Lamar on this at all.
I know that, but like he will be blamed.
He's not. I mean, he's going to receive blame from the media, but that's at most. I mean, if anybody who's seriously watched this game knows that Lamar's not the reason for this.
I know.
So blitz here.
He's made no mistakes.
I mean, this would be close to almost 10 seasons of Lamar not getting anything done in the playoffs.
And it's not his fault either.
Yeah. So, third and goal at the 2. I wouldn't even say forcing him to a field goal would do anything because, again, 17, that would make 17 points. And then, of course, you only have, now less than 5 minutes to go before the game is over. And nope, they can't get
The
it.
coach is striking the dagger.
Goal at the 1. I imagine they'd go for it just to drain more clock time off the clock, and the Ravens would start in awful field position. But let's see what they do. Let's see if they take the 3 or go for it. Oh, they're just gonna kick it. Actually, I don't mind this either because now you're forcing them to get that field goal over again. And kick is up, and it's good, and it's 37-20.
The underdogs.
Baltimore. So they'll kick it away here to the Ravens,
And
who are trailing by 17 very late into the 4th at home. And here comes back on Lamar Jackson and the Ravens offense.
deep formation. Actually, I don't hate that. And so the entire Dolphins team is benched.
Yep. And Likely is going to pick up 2nd and 4, so maybe with the backups on you can get something going. 4 minutes left, but we'll see.
Quinn Ewers is also the offensive starter because Tua hurt himself coming onto the field. He tore his ACL. He tripped and tore his ACL on the field because he's injury prone.
Lamar runs it in with ease and all the way past the 50. So 1st and 10 at the 49. Less than 4 minutes to go. Down by 17 late in the game.
You can't win.
Comeback is unlikely at this point.
No, comeback's just... I don't like calling games this early, but it's not even early, honestly. It's over. There's no coming back. Once the backup's on, it's this is just embarrassing.
Lamar deep. Caught. Touchdown, D-Hop.
Against backups, but, touchdown's a touchdown.
So that'll...
This is very
Yeah.
very Dakish nature from Lamar right now. Stat padding with the backups on.
Lamar's not the reason they're losing. Dak stat pads, even though he's the reason they're losing. So the PAT will shorten this deficit down to 10. Saving some time on the clock as well.
Oh my God, Daniel's getting mad at this fucking secondary. You have total fucking backups.
And they kick it in, and it's down to a 10-point game. Let's see if the Ravens can get something soon. Go the onside.
Right now, I'm seeing more Miami fans in this crowd.
And the Ravens get it! Oh, no, they didn't!
Oh, wow, that was so close.
They were so close!
The hands team couldn't get it.
I think Harbaugh is currently cursing in his mic. So 1st and 10 at the 45. Quinn Ewers on now. Enough of Zach Wilson's fucking Tom Brady-ass game. Or ass game, I should say.
He's been compared to... Quinn Ewers has been compared to Tom Brady before, so...
And deep ball from him, too, and it's caught! Touchdown! Touchdown, Miami!
Not even the Miami!
Yeah, they're like, fuck your comeback! And they take the lead back.
And the dagger! Jerks to Smitty! Touchdown! Jackpot! Philly! That seriously gave me fucking Hurts to Devontae 5-0. Shameless stat padding. So, both Quinn Ewers and Hurts do shameless stat padding and win their home games.
No, no, Sirianni, actually, they probably threw it for the same reason. Sirianni told Hurts to throw the deep ball so they can secure the game and put the backups on. So actually, you're wrong. They didn't secure the backups.
They didn't give the backups the shameless stat padding.
They won't kick it away with 3:28 on the clock. We thought a comeback might have been in the smallest hopes or chances after Lamar got that touchdown. But even with the backups on, Miami's still saying, fuck your comeback. So the Ravens will come back on, down by 17 once again.
I can't come back, but the comeback's now out of now out of reach. But you know,
And caught.
by Flowers.
So,
His first
second and
reception of
3
the
at
day.
the 33 here.
That was Flowers' first reception of the day.
Wow. He's been so helpful. Second and 3 at the 33.
Nothing in no huddle. Looks like it could be a Hail Mary formation or fucking many.
Lamar. Nope.
Lamar.
This is going to be a check down. First down to D-Hop.
This game is not over. There's a complete comeback route for the Ravens. I should have the Ravens winning this.
Well, the good side for the Ravens, I suppose, is
You get a higher draft pick,
yeah, they get the
Which is
13th
still-
overall pick.
which is not good, but you know.
Solid.
Wow. People thought I was going to go to Miami, so Miami's on to either Cincinnati or Vegas. I guess. Rhymed.
And there's a 2-minute warning. So we're back here from the 2-minute warning. Ravens working quick here. Bateman in motion.
This was unexpected. I feel like that's what this motto's been. I think the motto of this game really has been, this was completely unexpected. People, even us, before going into this game, we thought the Ravens was going to blow out Miami, but the exact opposite happened. The Miami blew out the Ravens.
And doing more no huddles. Still have all 3 timeouts in the arsenal. Lamar.
Oh, okay, that was a shit though. Yeah, actually,
That will stop the clock though.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. I cannot believe Mike McDaniel's going to finally get a playoff win now. Well, postseason win.
And 3rd and 5. They've only had 1 third down conversion all day. It's horrible on 3rd down today. Cut! Past the 10, down at the 9, and they used their first timeout. 9.
Yeah, this was not a close game at all. The Ravens were close to coming back because of an onside kick that would have given a comeback with the Ravens.
Touchdown!
So the Ravens cut it within 11, 10 with the PAT.
D-Hop with the TD, and they're going to onside it again. So really trying to make this comeback a thing. It seems a little late, but hey, I mean, crazier things have happened, I guess.
Not really. I mean, Minneapolis miracle.
And 44-34, 10 points away from tying this thing up. Oh, they'll onside it again. Almost recovered the previous one. And they're even going to come close to recovering this one. And the Dolphins can just knee it out now.
So, Dolphins odds on to Cincinnati or Vegas.
And we'll find out tomorrow.
On Monday Night Raw.
Yep. Disappointing exit for the Ravens here.
Quinn Ewers will take his first knee in the NFL. His first snap in the MFL. His first snap in the MFL was a touchdown.
Yeah, that's a pretty good way to go in. So all they need is a first down to win this thing, and they are advancing to the play-in final. Second time out used by Baltimore. A first down wins it. So here we go. 2nd and 8 at the 47. Hands it off. 3rd and 10. So they used the 3rd timeout, but the Dolphins hold on the first down. So the Ravens could get the ball back with no time on the clock and no timeouts. So 3rd and 10 at the 49. We're going to run it again. And they got the first down, and the game is officially in the books. The Dolphins are going to the play-in final against either Cincinnati or Las Vegas. And the Ravens with a disappointing exit here at home.
You know, we thought it was going to be Ravens Denver because we miscounted the wins, but if Miami beat them like this,
Can you imagine what Denver could have done?
yeah, 'cause Denver's better than Miami.
I mean, it is all about matchups too, so we truly don't know. But
But that would have been in
Regardless of
Denver
that.
too.
regardless of that, I mean, this is where we are. 44-34, Miami, you are going to the play-in final. And thank you for watching here in Baltimore.
But I have a question: are you going to be the Miami Heat and win the play-in final, and then just get the shit beat out of you by Cleveland? See ya. Good night from Baltimore.